pollution. When we hear that word, we might think of smog, plastic waste, or industrial toxins. But pollution isn't just a modern issue. Even thousands of years ago, the ancient Greeks and Romans worried about the corruption of their water and the infection of their air. The Greeks and Romans saw pollution differently from us. For them, pollution was both a physical and moral concept. They believed that contaminated water or foul air could make people sick, but they also saw pollution as something that could affect the spirit, a contamination that could disrupt the moral and social order of their communities. Take water, for example. Clean water was essential, not only for drinking but for religious rituals. Rivers, springs, and wells were sacred places. They believed that polluting water angered the gods. In response, cities like Athens enacted basic laws to protect water sources. For instance, they banned dumping waste near sacred rivers, and in some places, sewage systems were built to keep the water clean. Air was also considered vulnerable to corruption. The Romans especially noticed how large gatherings, heavy use of wood and coal, and crowded urban spaces made the air unpleasant and even hazardous. The physician Galen, who studied the effects of bad air, advised that cities should be well ventilated and urged people to avoid areas with stagnant air. But pollution wasn't just physical. For the Greeks and Romans, pollution could also be moral. Acts that violated the social order, like murder or even failing to fulfill certain religious duties, were seen as polluting. To restore harmony, they practiced rituals, sacrifices, and purification ceremonies to cleanse the community. The Romans took practical measures to limit pollution. They built aqueducts to bring clean water from distant sources, and public baths provided places for people to maintain hygiene. They also built underground sewage systems like the Cloaca Maxima in Rome, one of the earliest sewage systems, to channel waste away from populated areas. So what can we learn from the Greeks and Romans today? They understood that pollution, whether of water, air, or even morals, could impact their community's health and well-being. They took steps to control it, whether by law, engineering, or ritual. Their beliefs remind us that the fight against pollution has deep roots, and that even small efforts to protect our resources can make a difference. Today, we have the tools and knowledge to address pollution more effectively than ever. But the ancient Greeks and Romans show us that protecting our world isn't just about science. It's about respecting the places we live, the resources we rely on, and the people around us. Conclude the video by asking the information they liked and subscribe for more information.